Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we'll be discussing another company that came out with strong Q3 FY26 numbers. But before that, a disclaimer that this is not a buy or sell recommendation. It is just for information and educational purpose. And whatever facts I'm putting out here is already in the public domain. So let's get started with the company. The company we'll be analyzing today is Lupin Limited. And trust me, it is not the same old generic pharma story anymore. This is a company that has quietly rebuilt margins, accelerated US growth, and now entered the GLP-1 obesity opportunity, which could be a game changer. So let's break it down clearly. So Lupin operates in the pharmaceutical sector with a strong presence in generics, complex generics, specialty drugs, APIs, and now metabolic therapies. It sells across 100 plus countries, but the revenue mix tells you where the real action is happening. In FY 2025, the revenue contribution looked roughly something like this. The North America contributed around 38%, India around 34%, other developed markets around 11%, and emerging markets around 11%. So net the exports is around 54 and the domestic India contribution is around 46 as of now. So it is export heavy, you can say, and the rupee depreciating kind of helps Lupin expand its margins as well. So this is not just a US play, but yes, US is clearly their profit engine as of now. So now let's talk about its Q3 FY26 performance. So the net sales came in around 7,168 crores, which was up 24-26% year on year. The net profit came in around 1180 crores, that is up almost 37% year on year. The EBITDA margins were around 33%, the gross margins around 73-74%. So the US sales alone grew around 54% year on year to almost $350 million. So it is actually their highest ever quarterly US revenue for Lupin. And India, the sales came in Q3 around 2,038 crores, growing roughly around 6% year on year. So the R&D spend was elevated because they are getting into new products as well, which was around 7.5% of their sales, showing they are not cutting growth investments to boost short-term profitability, which a lot of companies do to kind of make sure that the QOQ and YOY is strong. They cut down on their R&D spend, which Lupin is not doing. It continues to spend almost 7-8% of their sales revenue in R&D. So sequentially, profit cooled slightly because of higher tax and reinvestments, but structurally the business looks very strong. Now let's look at their strategy. So the US remains the core growth engine. Complex generics, inhalation products, injectables, these are high margin business for the company. Lupin is clearly shifting away from the plain vanilla generics towards differentiated offerings. And then comes the big development that is happening. And the market is kind of not still taking that into account for a lot of companies. That is the GLP-1 foray. So Lupin signed an exclusive licensing agreement with Ganley Pharmaceuticals for bofanglutide, a fortnightly GLP-1 receptor against for type 2 diabetes and obesity. So this is important because GLP-1 is one of the fastest growing therapy segments globally. And in India, the patent which was there kind of gets over in March of 2026. So from April, a lot of these pharmaceutical companies are coming out with their versions of this semaglutide or the GLP-1, which is actually a multi-billion dollar opportunity. So the reports say that the drug price, which was like for a 15-day period, was somewhere around 10 to 15,000, can drop to even 3 to 5,000. So as more and more players come into that, the prices will fall, making it more affordable for people. And chances are, if they kind of start pushing exports as well, then it's a multi-billion dollar opportunity for a lot of these pharma companies. And Lupin is working on that. So if the execution goes right and with the regulatory approvals, pricing, and distribution, this could meaningfully upgrade Lupin's chronic portfolio in India and potentially beyond. So this is not just another generic launch. This is an entry into a structural growth therapy, right? Now, coming to the capex and long-term position. So Lupin continues to invest about, like I mentioned, 7 to 8% of their revenue into R&D. It is also investing in manufacturing scale and peptide partnerships to grow to support next generation therapies. So this shows the management is thinking 3, 5 years ahead and not just quarter to quarter, right? So what's the investment case? So we look at both the positives and the risks. So the positives would be record US sales momentum, EBITDA margin recovery to almost 33, 34%, strong gross margins of 30, 73, 74%, diversified geographic mix, GLP-1 entry gives optionality in a high growth segment, improving profitability trend across FY26. So if you look at the profitability, it was not like a 1 quarter bump up. It has been continuously growing at the same rate. So now coming to the risks that the company has. So the US generics pricing pressure, in case US kind of put some regulation there, that could kind of dampen the sentiment for Lupin and also hurt the margins. Regulatory risk, which is common for all the pharma companies. Execution risk in GLP-1 commercialization, because they are now foraying into that. If they do not execute it properly, then that could be a dampener. Sequential volatility due to R&D reinvestments, right? So sequentially, if 1 quarter they kind of put more money into R&D, that can hurt their profitability a bit. So to sum it all up, the final outlook overall, Lupin looks very different from the stress generic story of a few years ago, right? Where it was struggling for margins, had a lot of regulatory issues and things like that. It has kind of moved beyond that and it looks very different now. The margins have expanded, the US growth is accelerating, complex pipeline is strengthening, so the complex drugs or the complex generics have a higher margin as well. So that is strengthening, and now GLP-1 adds a potential structural growth lever. So if execution remains disciplined, this could be the beginning of a new earning cycle, not just a temporary spike for Lupin. I hope this helps. Thank you.